welcome to Monday Musings. Mondays are the days that we pause, set the energy for the week that's coming, and we do this in such an interesting way. We have a small little story in the beginning and we follow it with a mini meditation. Can you believe it? We're actually on episode 160. It's been a consistent and beautiful journey with each one of you, and I want to personally thank you for tuning in and spreading this message of love and consciousness everywhere. So, yesterday happened to be World Mental Health Day. What better time to share a few insights about mental health? I'm going to tell you a story that really had an impact on me. So once there was a man who went somewhere to a tribal area, right? He'd gone there to shoot some things and make a documentary and all of that. So as he got there, it was a little late, and therefore the tribal said, "Why don't you stay with us?" Now, of course, he was in the middle of the most beautiful surroundings with greenery all around him, some amazing food being cooked. And he thought, why don't I just soak it all in? Why don't I try being with the tribals for a while? So in the evening, as the sun was about to set, he heard from one of them who could interpret for him that there was going to be a community meeting, there was going to be a community conference. So he was very curious and he said, okay, what's going to happen? And he said, I'll let you know as it happens. So the entire tribe gathered together in this beautiful sacred circle. And right in the middle of the circle, they put this huge branch, this branch, ancient looking branch, which seemed to be something sacred. Sure enough, it was. So whoever wanted to speak would actually go and hold the branch and speak. And what would the rest of the circle do? They would simply hold space. How beautiful is that? So of course he was very impressed with the concept, and he said, wow, we haven't heard of something like that in the Western world or in the world outside. Sure enough, there was a young man who went and held the branch. And so they said, what is it that you want to say? And the young man said, it looks like I'm going to fall ill. I'm feeling very ill today. And so an elder from the tribe asked him, what are you upset about? Let this sink in. They said, what are you upset about? And he looked at everyone, thought about it, reflected for a moment, and then he said, oh yes, I was actually very angry last week because of blah, 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 whatever it was. And everyone listened to him. No one gave him any solution. No one had any advice for him. They simply sat and held space for him. It occurred to this documentary maker that this was something unique, something very special was happening. So he asked his friend from the tribe. The friend explained that the tribe believed, which by the way most indigenous tribes do, most indigenous cultures believe this, that if someone is falling ill, then it is because they've not been able to express some emotions. And that energy has got trapped and is causing a dysfunction, a malfunction in the body. They believe that something first occurred in the mind, in the emotion level after that. And post that, it comes down into the body. After the body, it can actually start coming as things in the life of the person. The journalist, needless to say, was absolutely gobsmacked. He had never heard of something so wise. And he went quietly back to his hut, woke up the next morning, and realized that a profound shift is what he had experienced. He reflected, how beautiful was this? First of all, no one needed to solve anything. All they did was understood how nature works, how energy works, how human nature works, and simply allowed it to flow. Everything is self-correcting from there onwards. The understanding that emotions are energy and how energy changes form, moves into different parts of us, was so scientific and so beautiful, so advanced in fact. He was really impressed, and he took back so much wisdom about sitting and holding space for others, and how healing that can be when you do it without judgment, when you have no judgment of right and wrong. Nobody told the young man, "You should not have been angry. This was nothing. What is there to be angry about?" None of that. They simply held space. So it was such a natural process, no taboos. How beautiful is that? This story had a deep impact on me also. And that's exactly what it is. Each of us needs to imbibe this into our lives and understand that our mind, our emotions, and our bodies are so deeply connected. What we call it's just in the head actually shows up as real life things. And we just have to stop underestimating things and calling it just is in my head. Everything was just in a human being's head. The idea of an aeroplane was just in the head. The idea of this mic and this equipment and you being able to listen to it over the internet was all in the head. Every miracle that human beings have created has come from the mind and further from consciousness. High time we start treating the human mind as the beautiful gift that it is, and start paying attention to handling mental health, to looking at the health of our mind, of our emotions. Not only because there's something wrong in our lives, but even to keep it healthy, just like we take care of our bodies, just like we take care of our homes, just like we take care of all our equipment. And so this week, let's just internalize this a little bit now. You can sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Allow your body to simply relax. The more relaxed you are, the deeper these words can permeate your consciousness. I am the spirit, the source, experiencing itself in a human journey. I'm here to explore every aspect of myself, the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. I am a holistic being. I take care of all aspects of my life. I hold my body sacred, and I hold my mind sacred as well. All my emotions are here to tell me something. I am in touch with the very source from which I come. And every time I respect my mind, I nourish my mind. I offer it high vibrational energy. I let myself transcend beyond the compulsions of life, beyond the traps of looped thinking, and I move into the consciousness that I am. And so it is. You can gently bring yourself back and open your eyes. Carry this beautiful consciousness into the week that's coming. I'm sending you loads of love.